What's going on, guys? I'm back for another LEGO video. Today I'm doing a podcast with Viper Zero. Say hi, Viper.
Hello.
Okay, he said hi. Okay, first thing that we're going to be talking about is the LEGO architecture in 2024 and the Notre Dame to see if it is worth the money of like $230. It'll probably be $250 after tax. It comes with 4,383 pieces, and it is going to be retailing on June 1st. Well, coming out on June 1st, and you will be able to pick it up later than that. It is the Notre Dame. It has set number 21061. It has no known minifigures right now, and it is going to be named the Notre Dame Cathedral. Now, my genuine opinion on this set, like going into it, is why make this set? Like, it's going to be bigger than the Colosseum. It is the biggest architecture set to have ever been made in LEGO. Why make it bigger than the Colosseum? Like, there's no purpose for that at all. So, I mean, that's just my opinion on that. What's your opinions on this?
I think maybe they just want to make it as epic as they can, because I see how it's like become in the world as kind of like one of the more standout buildings. It's had a bit more fame in the past couple of years since like the fire and stuff, and like I think for the 2020 and just rebuilding and stuff, and the fact that it's an old, very significant building. I just think they probably want to make it as grand as they can, and LEGO always likes going bigger with stuff, and why not get a good chunk of money in their pockets as well while they do.
That is true. I mean, and we don't really have official set images, but as you can see, there are some mocks that we could go off of, like these couple mocks that different people have made, and it could even be based on a mock that somebody made. Like, they even have a huge mock. So it just depends on how big LEGO's trying to go with these architecture sets and how big they're wanting to end up going after. Who knows how long of being in line with the LEGO architecture. Now, as for me, I have never really gotten into LEGO architecture. I have been into Chima at one point, not for very long, Nexonites not for very long, and then Ninjago, I was into it for like 10 years, and then I just got into Star Wars, so I can't really see myself being big on the LEGO architecture theme relatively soon. Maybe later on, but as of right now, I'm really happy with being into LEGO Star Wars and just like enjoying the theme, being able to display the theme on my videos and being able to make reviews for them for you guys. So that's just my mindset. Is I don't enjoy building sets that's just a set that doesn't come with any minifigures, especially ones that are like I'm okay with minifigures that are redos, but I really like exclusive minifigures that you can look forward to while you're building the set. And it depends on the set, but in every different bag that you open. So it just depends on where you're wanting to go, where they're wanting to go with the architecture set. If it ends up having minifigures, I can see this being a really good and really big theme that they base other things off of and that just grows over time. But if they don't, I can't see, like, I know it's been out for a while, but I don't really see where they're trying to end up with this cathedral. So
I can see how maybe it's aimed at an older demographic. Cause like collectors, definitely, I can see how they might enjoy a minifigure in the set. But I think if you're going to buy this, it's going to be like a one-time. Oh yeah, I live near the Notre Dame, or I love the fact of it, or the history of the Notre Dame, or just like that kind of thing. I think it really would be more of a display item or like a showcase thing that wouldn't really, I guess, necessarily need minifigures. I can see how it'd be cool to have like the builder of the Notre Dame in there.
yeah,
Some workers or famous painters from the time or something, but I'm not sure if LEGO would go that far.
yeah, from where they're at right now, I cannot see them ending up putting a minifigure in the architecture sets from where they're at. I hope that they do a whole bunch of detail. I hope that they add a minifigure, but from where they're at right now, I cannot see them adding a minifigure, whereas they've never added a minifigure before. So that's just where I stand on it. Now the architecture theme altogether, I like the smaller sets. I would not spend around $250 on an architecture set. I would just much rather have a smaller UCS set from Star Wars. But that's just me. If you enjoy displaying a very detailed architecture set, this might fit into your category of I want to buy this. But it just depends on what you're wanting to get out of a Lego set. So that's just my personal opinion on it. So
yeah, I feel like these like smaller scale $40 sets they're okay, but they just look like they're a little too small to be asking $45 for. I think they're more of like maybe a $25-$30 set. I don't know how many pieces. Well, there it is. Okay, it's like 598 pieces in this one.
That's decent. That's about 10 pieces, 10 cents per piece. So that's pretty decent. But like without any minifigures, I don't know if I would pay that much. Like Star Wars is a terrible like theme to compare it to, because their price for a piece is like 3 cents or something, but also they have incredible minifigures in some sets, not in every one, but they have incredible minifigures in specific sets that are like the UCS set, things like that. They have really, really exclusive minifigures to some of those sets. Now, do I agree with them putting those exclusive minifigures into polybags? No, but it's Lego, so there's no telling what they'll do with their exclusive minifigures that they put out. So moving on to light sources, and if you should buy a light kit for your previously owned Lego sets, or if you own a Lego set now, I can see the upside and the downside both to having and to not having one. See, if you have one, I have one with my Rex helmet over right beside my TV, and it's really nice. It looks really nice. I believe it's by Light My Bricks, and it's a really nice light kit. Now, should you buy it? That's another story. It's like $30, and the whole set is, I got it for like $50 or $60, so you're looking at spending half of the set just buying a light kit for the set. And if you want to display it, I would recommend getting a light kit. If you're wanting a light kit, getting a light kit and a display case for it, because otherwise it doesn't really match up just having a light kit in your set. Like, it looks fine, but I would suggest getting a light kit and the other, which would look at doubling the Lego set price that you're paying. Just for example, the UCS Millennium Falcon, this light kit is $99. That's just for the lights, and it only shows the backlights. So you might, Bricksmax, I believe they have all of the lights in it, but just from this picture it shows only the back of it. So you might only be paying for the back of it. And with brick light kits, I would suggest looking at the reviews and looking at how many reviews and how many buys they have, and look at how bright they look in the pictures. If they look really dim, I would not try and get that one. I would try and get a brighter one, just because, in my opinion, and just in like general, brighter lights make your sets stand out more. And just for the, I don't even know what this is, if it's architecture or what kind of set it is. I think it's a like botany set or something, but it's the new like garden set for it, and it has the black box, so it's 18 plus or whatever. It's a really nice set. If you get a light kit for it, it looks really nice. It just depends on, see, this light kit, they have it behind, like, black behind it, so it shines more. So you gotta look at, if they're showing it just with a black background, it might not pop as much as what it would with a white background. See, like this one, this would be super bright. That's just because they have a black background. This is the brand that I got, by the way, lighting kit. So it's just, it depends on what brand you buy and what brand you trust. See, I've seen people will say they're like, I bought this, I put it in my set, and my set started smoking. I don't see that. Mine has never gotten hot whatsoever, and it's like just stayed the same. The lights have stayed on. Some people say they put it in there and it just stopped working, and I was like, I got one for my Millennium Falcon. Turned out it was the wrong Millennium Falcon. They don't make one for mine. And I was like, I don't know, because I was looking at the reviews and they were saying that, and I was like, I don't know if I would trust it to put it in there. And now that I have this one, I would 100% trust it in my Millennium Falcon, just because of how well the wires, they're like woven wires, they're really nice wires for the lights, and I would really suggest buying a light kit, just in my personal opinion. Now, you might have a different opinion. Do you have a different opinion, Piper?
I think they look great, honestly. I could see how there's a lot of trouble in getting them into certain sets, like that Technic excavator set, that massive excavator. I can see how it'd be very hard, especially after all the time spent on building it, because I know that is a very hard set to build. It's the R 9800, but that could be a really hard set. And the ones I see are like the Harley Davidson set too. That looks like it's hard to work into the engines. It definitely brings like a whole nother life to that set. I feel like it really looks great, but I can see how it could be very hard to get into the certain parts on different sets.
Yeah, on the helmets, it's not like crazy hard on, well, especially on the Rex helmet, because you just pop off like 2 pieces on the side, slide the wire through, stick it on the front of the mask, and then just put the ones in the little respirator on his like face mask. It's not hard to put them on at all. I did it in like 5 minutes, but they look so nice. And like, I've seen like the one that I'm looking at right now, it has the Vader mask, and it has a light shining on the plaque, and it has a red and a blue light, one on each side, and it looks really cool because it shows like the conflict in Darth Vader. But it just depends on what set you're getting. I would not suggest getting it for just like a generic set, like a city set. Now if you're trying to build a city, that's a different story, but just a generic set I wouldn't get it for. If it's like meant to be displayed, I would definitely get one for your sets that you're going to be displaying, and especially if it's like a really cool set or one of your favorite sets. It depends on each set, but I would specifically say I would get them for your like ones that you are going to be displaying. Or if you're a YouTube creator, I would get one for at least one set and try it out and see if you like having light kits in your sets. Now, let's talk about the new sound brick. This is a very exciting topic and a very controversial topic. Should LEGO be putting sound bricks in their new sets? I believe that they should be, because it opens up such a huge like application to LEGOs that they could never do before without sound bricks. Like, they had light bricks, they had the IR sensors, they had everything with Mindstorms. They didn't really have a sound brick. You had to add and like take apart your Mindstorms to add in the sound brick. But it's really nice having a sound brick. I didn't even know that this existed till like a couple days ago, but it's super cool, and it's supposed to be coming out in set number 76429, the Harry Potter talking sorting hat, which looks like a pretty cool set. You're supposed to be able to like push down on the top of the hat, and it like talks and says what house you're sorted into, whatever. But they're also putting it in a minifigure scale on top of the minifigure that comes with it. So that's really nice. They're making, it looks like a special mold for that. But as of the brick, I feel like there's so many implications that they can use with this specific brick that they were never able to do before without this brick. It's just gonna be an insane upgrade for sets if they decide to use it, not only for this set, but for, say, Star Wars sets, for like the buildable characters, things like that. And R2-D2, just like the R2-D2 sound would be like an insane thing to have in there for like just something that you could do. It's just and how many people, I can see so many people recoding these little bricks into saying like different things into their mocks, different things like that, and then you could still say it's 100% LEGO. It has a LEGO sound system. So it's just, there's so many different implications that you can use with a sound brick that you could never do before without using off-brand or creators different pieces, like different custom pieces for your mocks. Now, your opinion on this might differ from mine, but as for me, that's how I believe that they should be done. What's your opinion on this, Viper?
Well, I can see them continuing to use it in buildable characters. I think like the R2-D2, like you were saying, and like the sorting hat. I can see how they really fit in those. And this is like, I don't know if it needs to be that big, but I'm assuming if it has a lot of like different things as it needs the room that it has been built for like the code and stuff inside the brick, because it is a 4x4. I can see how they might need the room for that, but I'm not sure if they'll end up putting it in smaller sets just because, like play sets.
Yeah.
It would be a little hard to work into it, and just like finding out what it would say. Like, I understand there are a lot of different things, but when you come to like a battle pack or something, it could be a commander shouting, it could be like blaster fire, and of course they could code all into it, but I'm just not sure if they'll end up putting these bricks into smaller sets. I think they definitely are really good for these larger size buildable character sets, and it looks like it's going to be a great addition to them.
I think it would be cool if they put it in like the bigger like UCS ships and things, just like the ship sounds, and then they would have one in the front where whenever you fired off like the missiles or whatever, it did the like exact sound of those specific guns from that ship. I think that would be a really cool integration that they could do with these new sound bricks, but that they can't do right now just because they don't really have that. They don't have that function right now. Not until, well, like July or whenever this sorting hat comes out, which it should be. It looks like it's gonna be pretty cool. So
honestly, I think it would look really, or it would have been awesome if I could see them building them into like a set like the Justifier or a gunship or something. Those like larger ships that are worth more. I could definitely see it being a fun thing to build it, even if you would just have it for display, to just be able to show it off in a different way.
Yeah, and even if Lego did like, I doubt that they would ever do this, but even if they did like where you could buy an upgrade kit for it, and you could just like buy just the sound brick for it for $20 or whatever. Even if they did that, I doubt that they would ever do a separate thing just because it's Lego. But just like what it is now, it would be cool for them to change it up and try something new. So, and I guess that's what they're doing. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the last thing that we're going to be talking about today is Lego MIDI scale. Well, now it's called like the Starship Collection or whatever, but we're going to be calling it MIDI scale throughout this video. So, unless if Piper has a different whatever. So the MIDI scale, if you didn't know, are the ships that are in between the size of minifigure scale and smaller scale, like mini scale, but they're extremely detailed. So as you can see, this Millennium Falcon from Lego.com, it will be coming out, I believe, in March Wave. It is very, very detailed. So you have like the little antenna, you have the guns on the top, and it comes with the 25th anniversary brick, which is really nice. And it also comes with this little grill tile. If you see it, you can move this grill tile on top of where the 25th anniversary brick is, to where you can have your 25th anniversary brick separate from the actual set. And it comes in this really nice like UCS box with the 18+ boxes, and it has a black border on the box, and then the little like, it's a new color for Lego to do the border at the bottom, but it's like a chrome blue, it looks like, from the set images. I've never seen this in person, but I would imagine it looks like chrome blue. Plus they have the new piece that they just came out with, the like thruster piece on the side that they ended up using for like the door panel. So that's really nice. And then they have this Millennium Falcon. They have a Tantive 4 from Lego.com, which is Lego's site. But it is very detailed, so you can see all the cannons and everything. Same thing with the 25th anniversary brick, where you can swap it out for the grill tile and grill plate. The chrome blue or whatever blue the bottom of the box is, same like coloring on the box. and then they have like the little entranceway for the Tantive 4 on the side, and then they also, for the third set of the midi scale, is the invisible hand. All of these are called the, let me look at the box, I believe it's the Starship Collection, but just to make sure, it is.
I think this is definitely a great like step up from the mini scales through the years. So this is definitely a change from what they were.
Yeah, they had a whole bunch back in the day, but they just changed them. But yeah, the invisible hand, it doesn't say on the box if it's the Starship Collection or what it is, but I believe it's called the Starship Collection, and these are going to have around 5, probably 700 pieces is my guess. I haven't really been looking. But then it has the nice stickering of the Separatist logo, and then the really nice like paneling on the top and on the side, and like curved over. It just looks really nice. And I believe there's also a function on here where you can split it in half. I don't know if they show it at all, but I believe there is a function where you can just like pull the ship apart, which is really nice. This, controversially, is not an illegal building technique, the little stud on the front, because of this piece. This is a clip, so it doesn't, the original ones like this would have been an illegal building technique, but because they separated the actual clip from the base of it, it's not an illegal building technique. That's why they used it in this set, and it's not, if y'all were wondering. So those are the 3 sets, and here I'll pull up a picture of this is back when they were called midi scale, before they changed it, and this was like last year or something, I don't remember. But it wasn't that long ago, and I don't know why they wouldn't have just changed it with the one set that was a separate set. I don't know why they wouldn't have just changed it, but they didn't. So you have the, oh, that's cool.
I think it's really cool how they've taken like the mini scale like that we use, like it's still around. I mean, the mini scale with the mini figures that come in them, which look decent, but like these larger ships that you can't really like have a minifigure with, I think this is like still great, even without having a minifigure. Just having this display plaque in this mini scale of a massive ship that is pretty iconic, especially like the hand and stuff that kind of like was like the starter to Clone Wars. And,
yeah. With
Falcon, which was like the first Star Wars.
With the Executor Super Star Destroyer, it has like the little mini Star Destroyers on the side to show its scale. It has 2 of them, and then it has the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. But this one does not have the grate at the bottom, because this was made like 2 years ago, so it didn't have the little grate at the bottom, which is different from the other ones. So you have that, and then the one thing that I don't like about this is because of the midi scale, they are retiring the helmet collection. So that is kind of sad.
Yeah, those were good sets, honestly. The helmet sets were pretty decent for what they were meant to be, I think. I think the building on maybe some of them could have been a little bit better. I could see maybe, I feel like LEGO's lost the use of, they definitely brought it back recently, but the use of like making new pieces for like the best look they can achieve, I feel like that's kind of like gone down maybe a bit. I know it's gone up in the recent years, because they definitely have pumped out a lot of new pieces recently, but
yeah, they're also they had the best ones to me were the 2 clone helmets, Rex and Cody, but they are no longer doing them, sadly. So I went ahead and picked up mine before they took them off of shelves. I think they'll be out until like July is when I think they're supposed to be retiring. I'm not positive on that. But and then they're also coming out with the I believe it's 20th anniversary. It might be 25th. But they're doing the exclusive minifigures. They have Darth Malak. They have, I believe, 5s. And then they have young Leia from the Ben Kenobi show, which they all sound like really good minifigures. Leia would be the least out of all of them that I would want, but I mean, they're gonna come in the Tantive 4 hallway scene from Rogue One, and then the R2-D2, and then I don't remember what the young Leia is coming in. So they're coming out with those new sets that are really nice. So you have The Malik looks really cool because I believe it's a custom piece for the mouth guard or whatever on Malik. And then I don't know, but it looks like for the R2-D2 all of the pieces on the side move, which is nice. So they have that function, and then Malik with his little 25th anniversary thing. Yeah, the face piece is a separate piece from what LEGO has previously done, and then they have the like skin cape for his back cape on now. Okay, if y'all did enjoy this podcast, please make sure to like and subscribe, and go over to Hyper Zero's channel and like and subscribe to him, and we will see you in our next podcast.